Start to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. So I'm not mirroring you as I traditionally do in normal classes, so just go with your normal rights and lefts. You can keep your left hand in your lap if that's enough, or you can walk your left fingertips out to intensify the stretch, and you should feel the stretch on the left side of your neck. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale, fill up. Exhale out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your chin to your collarbone, look down for your right knee, walk your left fingertips away. So now the stretch should transfer to like the back left side of your neck. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. One more inhale. And then exhale, drop your chin to your collarbone and make some slow half circles. Gently rocking side to side. The closer you bring your chin to your chest, the more of a stretch you'll feel in the back of the neck now. And maybe even a little bit in the very tip of the shoulders. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder, left hand to the right side of the head, walk the right fingertips out. So walking the fingertips out is just an option. You can keep them in your lap if it's too much. Belly button stays in tight toward the spine, sitting up nice and tall. One more inhale. As you exhale, drop your chin to your collarbone, look down for the left knee, walk the right fingertips away from you. Inhale, fill up. Exhale out. One more inhale. As you exhale, drop your chin to your collarbone again. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your head. You're going to round your upper body all the way forward. Point your elbows to the ground. Preparing for seated cat-cow. When your inhale comes, gaze will lift up past me toward the ceiling, arch the spine, and then exhale, round back to your starting position. Inhale, open up, arch the spine, crack open the chest, and then exhale, round. Again, inhale, this is cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. I want you to take about 3 more on your own. If you are working from home, spending a lot of time seated, last night we started a 1,000-piece puzzle, a lot of hovering. If you're doing a lot of cooking, again, we're rotating inward. That's a nice way to kind of reverse all of that. Aside from postural benefits, it's a really great way to keep your chest open, airway clear. Aside from all this nonsense going on, we've got allergy season upon us. After your last one, you'll sit up nice and tall. Belly button in tight toward the spine, crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Inhale, lift up, palms will meet at the top. And then exhale, big press away. Nice active press. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, soften. Last time, inhale, lift up as tall as you can. As you exhale, twist your body toward the right. Your right hand will lower down like a kickstand. Left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. You're looking toward the, right side of the room. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper to the right. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One more time, inhale. Exhale out all the way, empty out your lungs, and then inhale, lift back up to neutral. Exhale, other side, right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand comes behind you like a kickstand. Take the same breathing and twisting here. So maybe you got a crack or a pop. Those are good cracks and pops. Aside from the spine benefit, twisting is great for digestion. It really aids in like that detoxification process. One more inhale, fill up all the way. Exhale out completely, and then you're going to inhale, lift back up to neutral. Exhale, let it go. Plant your right hand down, left arm reaches all the way up and over. So your left arm is framing your head. You don't want spaghetti arms. You want a nice active reach as if you can touch the opposite wall with your middle fingernail. So think hugging muscle to bone. Your right elbow should have a soft little bend in it. Therefore, your bicep takes the impact of your body weight, not any of your joints. Inhale, reach a little longer. Exhale, come a little bit deeper. You should feel the stretch in your side body. Use your next inhale and your core strength to lift back up. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Same idea, no spaghetti arms. Nice active reach here. You should feel the stretch in your side body. That's that imaginary muscle starting in your armpit, traveling down the rib cage and stopping by about the hip. And then you'll use your next inhale to lift back up. A couple more seated things. If your legs are getting tired, feel free just to find a soft little bench, straighten them, do whatever's most comfortable for you. From here, you're going to interlace your fingers behind your back, draw your palms together. You're going to press your knuckles down to the ground. You're rotating the shoulders away from the body, so big external rotation. If I were to come around with like a pencil, stick it between your shoulder blades, it should not move. Take the biggest inhale you've taken so far this morning. Exhale it out through the mouth. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Arms come out into a T position. Take your right arm, cross it underneath your left, hook at the elbows, and start by hugging opposite shoulders. For some of us, this might be enough of a shoulder stretch. Perfectly okay to stay. If you want more, you'll release your fingertips, right fingers, wrap around the left wrist. Your elbows and your shoulders should be in alignment here. If it feels awkward, you're doing it right. No matter which position you chose, inhale, lift your elbows up. Exhale, push your elbows forward away from your body. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press. So now this is the inward rotation. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, press out all the way. Hold it here as you inhale again. And then exhale back to your T shape. Other side. Left arm underneath your right. Cross at the elbows. Hug opposite shoulders. Perfectly okay to stay here. Or take that second grip option, left fingers around the right wrist. Elbows and shoulders are in one straight line. So from a side view, this is what your alignment looks like. You'll inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, push them out. So it's a lift and then a push. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push. Last time, inhale. Exhale, press out all the way. Hold it there as you inhale again. And then exhale, let it go. Shake it off. You're still in a seated position. We have one more thing down here. Grab your strap. So whether that's a belt, a tie, a bathrobe tie, or a yoga strap, some twine, whatever you have. You're gonna make your grip nice and wide and take some pass-throughs. So just working on some shoulder mobility. Maybe you notice a theme here already. So some of us have tight shoulders. That doesn't make you a bad person. That's why we modify. You can just come up overhead and then back down. Perfectly okay. In class, we never want to be in pain. You want to be maxed out in sensation. So this is going to help us rotate the shoulders away from the body, opening up the chest, clearing out the airway. I used to say it gets you ready to put on a winter jacket, but maybe it'll get you ready to put on a raincoat now. Let's take about 3 more. If you need more support, you would widen your grip. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you would shorten your grip. Wherever you are, we're going to do 1 more. And then after your last one, you'll release it. You're gonna make your grip a little bit shorter now, about as wide as your knees. Arms come up into a letter V shape. You're then going to bend your elbows behind you, create like a right angle. So everybody stay seated where you are, but from a side view, the adjustment that you're going to make is that you're just drawing your elbows back now. So again, if I were to place like a pencil in between your shoulder blades, it should not move. Some of us might be shaking and trembling, that is completely okay, but holding your breath is not. We're here for 3 more breaths. Inhale, fill up. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 1 more time, big inhale. And then as you exhale, let that go, give it a shake. Last thing with the strap, you're gonna place the strap in your right hand. Bend your elbow. So again, we want that elbow, shoulder, hip connection. Wrap your left arm around, grab the strap, and then you're gonna pull the strap down for your tricep stretch. Perfect, so thinking about symmetry again, belly button in tight toward the spine, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Perfect, we wanna keep that elbow up nice and high. 1 more inhale, and then exhale, let it go. Other side, strap comes in the left hand. Once more, symmetry, elbow, shoulder, hip connection. Wrap the right arm around now. And let it go, all the way down, good. 2 more breaths here, and then we'll meet in a tabletop position. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, let it go, shake it off. You can just toss your strap off to the side, and we will meet in a tabletop position. In your tabletop, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, fingers are spread wide, belly button comes in tight toward the spine is flat, hips are above the knees, tuck your toes into the mat. When your inhale comes, drop your belly, lift your hips, look up to the ceiling, arch the spine, this is cow pose. And then exhale, push your hips forward, look for the wall behind you, round the spine for cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips, look up. Exhale, round, look behind you. Take a couple more on your own. Cow pose arches the spine, it compresses the lower vertebrae, and it stretches out the torso. And then cat pose moves the opposite way. We're compressing the abdominal muscles, lengthening out through the lower vertebrae. Everybody has about 2 more. Linking your breath to your movement. Last one. Good. You're all going to stay vertical on your mat. I'm just going to switch my view for you. We're still in our tabletop position. You're going to take your right fingertips out toward the right side of the room for a wrist stretch. So if this is enough wrist stretch, absolutely stay. If you would like to intensify the stretch, you have the option to find any angle between your right knee that works. Doesn't necessarily have to be straight back. Tuck your toes into the mat and gently rock your body weight forward and backward. So for some of us, if you spend a lot of time typing, texting, writing, this might be super intense, so consider decreasing the angle that you're on. That will decrease the intensity of it. Now's a good time to sort of evaluate the difference for you between sensation and pain. We want to be completely maxed out in sensation, never pain. So my boundary, my threshold is different than yours, and yours different from anybody else's. Last time you come back, hold it there for an extra moment. And then let it go, shake it off. Let's try the other side, left fingertips out to the left. You can stay here or find any angle between your left knee and just tuck your toes back, rock your body weight forward and backward. So you might notice if you're a righty that the left side is a lot less intense. Linking your breath to your movement. Next time you come back, hold it there for an extra moment and then let it go, shake it off. Coming back to your neutral tabletop. 2 more stretches down here in tabletop. Inhale, right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Exhale, thread your right arm through your left, come all the way down onto your right shoulder. Right ear is on the floor. If that's not comfortable, place your prop underneath your ear. Begin by walking your left fingertips forward. You can keep your left fingertips forward or hook them around for your lower back. So what we end up doing is internally rotating the right shoulder, externally rotating the left shoulder. Last 2 breaths here. On your next exhale, plant your left hand down next to your face. All of the body weight in the left hand as you come on off that right shoulder. Other side, inhale, right fingertips up. Exhale, thread your right arm through your left, come all the way down. Oh, I'm sorry, other side. Left arm up, thread your left arm through your right, all the way down onto the left side. I have no one to mirror to. My sense of direction is all messed up. You can walk your right fingertips forward to start or hook your right arm around for your lower back. 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale. Exhale, plant your right hand down, all of the body weight in your right hand as you come on off of that shoulder. Good. So back to your tabletop position, just a little bit of core work to continue warming the body up. You're gonna reach your right fingertips forward. Your ear is framed by your arm. You're reaching all the way through that middle fingernail, so no spaghetti arms. Nice active reach. Spread your left fingertips wide, draw your belly button in tight, and then stomp your left leg behind you. Find your stability. Get nice and long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach forward, kick back. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one, inhale, get long. And exhale, connect. Good, let that go. Other side, left fingertips forward. So from beside you, this is what we look like. Stomp your right leg behind you now. Inhale, reach forward, kick back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, get long. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale, reach forward, kick back. Exhale, draw it in. Last time, inhale. And then exhale, pull it in. Nice job. Bring your knees and your feet together. Sit back on your heels and find a child's pose. So today we're going to go through a couple of more traditional yoga poses, like downward facing dog and a couple more. If anything that we do is uncomfortable for you, you always have the option to take child's pose, which is knees and feet together, forehead down to the mat. Take 1 more breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to come to your tabletop position. Tuck your right toes to the back edge of your mat. Tuck your left toes to the back edge of your mat. Without moving your hands or your feet, send your hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. So we're gonna stay here in downward dog, just going through the alignment, starting with the top. You are pressing in between the thumb and the index finger. That's the strongest part of your hand. Your head is framed by your arms. That's a safety thing. You're pushing your chest back toward your thighs. You should feel the shoulders lifting up and the spine sinking down. Hips continue to lift toward the ceiling. And there's a big hamstring and leg stretch going on here. If it's ever too much, have a soft bend in your knees. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale out all the way. Stay in your down dog. You're gonna look forward, bend your knees, walk your feet all the way up toward your hands, and you're here in a forward fold. Press your hands into your shins. Inhale, flatten out the back, and then exhale, lower down. Press firmly through the big toes. Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Good. At the top of your mat, standing up, inhale, lift up all the way, gaze and palms meet at the top, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, press your hands into your shins, flatten out the back. Exhale, lower. Press firmly through your big toes. Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Coming down again, inhale, lift, and then exhale, lower. Inhale, hands to shins, flatten out the back. As you exhale, you're gonna lower down and stay here. Grab opposite elbows. Your head is framed by your arms, so from a side view, this is what we look like. You're looking between your feet or for the wall behind you. Anytime your knees are drawn towards your chest, you're stretching out the lower back. And in this position, we have that added hamstring stretch. If it's too much of a hamstring stretch, bend your knees. You can even rest your belly on your thighs like I am. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Wrap your hands around your waist, give it a squeeze. Inhale, roll back up to stand. Good. We're gonna come down again. You have the same option to take that ragdoll pose or to intensify for your yogi toe grip. So here we go. Inhale, lift up, gaze and palms meet at the top, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press your hands into your shins, flatten out the back. As you exhale, take your peace sign fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Bend your knees until you reach your big toes. Elbows point away from the body. You're gonna inhale, pull up on your big toes, flatten out the back. As you exhale, you're just drawing your chest towards your thighs. So again, I have that belly to thigh contact here. That's completely okay. And all I'm doing is I'm gently lifting my hips up for that hamstring stretch. So in a perfect yoga world, your nose is touching your shins and your legs are absolutely stick straight. But in real time, I just want you to feel that hamstring stretch. It's still early. 2 more breaths here. Maybe inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper, even if it's a millimeter. 1 more inhale. Exhale, wrap your hands around your waist, give it a squeeze. Inhale, roll back up to stand. Good. So this time come to the back of your mat. From the back of the mat, inhale, lift up, gaze and palms meet at the top, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, press your hands into your shins, flatten out the back. As you exhale, you're going to walk your hands forward to your plank position first. Then without moving your hands or your feet, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And again, if downward dog is not for you, no problem, take a child's pose. We're here for about 5 more breaths, so I want downward dog to start to become a nice, safe neutral for you. Bend your knees as much as you need to. You can nod your head yes, shake it no, bicycle out the knees. Last 2 breaths here. Good, 1 more inhale. Exhale out all the way, and then you're gonna make your way down to a tabletop position. So from your tabletop position, you're gonna tuck your right toes to the back edge of your mat and just start to rock your body weight forward and backward. We are gonna make our way up to warrior 2 from tabletop. So however you can get it there, I want you to get your right foot in between your hands. You're then going to tuck your left toes into the back edge of your mat, come on off of your left knee, come up high into your fingertips. We're gonna move the foot first. You're going to rotate your left foot down so it's flat on the ground, pinky toe edge of the foot into the floor. And then from there, you're gonna cartwheel your arms all the way up and open for warrior 2. So this is what I look like from a side view. I'm gonna face forward for a front view. Good, so you have a heel to arch alignment here. If you notice, I'm not completely on a tightrope. My knee is stacked on top of my ankle. That same rule still applies as always. I'm pressing into my right big toe, and my left leg is completely straight. We're pressing into the pinky toe edge side. Arms are stick straight in a T position. Inhale, reach forward and push back. And then as you exhale, you're just going to rock your warrior two backwards. So your left hand travels down the left leg, your right arm reaches up overhead. 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to cartwheel your hands down to frame the front foot. Spin back on the left toes. Step your right foot back to meet your left. You're in plank. You can come to child's pose or shift into downward facing dog. Take about 3 more breaths here in your downward facing dog. Remember to press your chest back towards your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need to. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, take your child's pose. Transitioning into warrior two on the other side. From your tabletop position, tuck your left toes to the back edge of your mat. Gently rock your body weight forward and backward, just getting that calf mobility. And then however you can get it there, get your left foot in between your hands. You're gonna come up high into your fingertips, extend your right foot back this time, come on off your back knee, and then rotate your foot to the floor. So you want your foot nice and flat, and if you take a look behind you, you should have that heel to arch alignment. We're not on a total tightrope. If you're on a tightrope, that's gonna make balancing challenging. So come up high into the fingertips, belly button in tight toward the spine, and then cartwheel your arms up and open for warrior two on this side. So from a side view, you should be able to see that my knee is stacked directly on top of my ankle. I still have that heel to arch alignment. My pinky toe edge of the right leg, right foot is into the floor, and my right leg is pretty straight here. Belly button in tight toward the spine, string on the crown of the head, pulling me up tall. 1 more inhale. Exhale, my right hand comes back toward my right leg, my left arm reaches all the way up and over, finding reverse warrior. So it's gonna give you a nice little side body stretch here. Make sure your knee stays stacked on top of your ankle. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, hands cartwheel down, framing the front foot. Spin back on the right toes first, plant your hands down. Step your left foot back to meet your right plank pose. From your plank, hips come up and back, downward dog. And as always, take a child's pose if you need it. We're gonna meet there in about 2 more breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the nose. The more challenging the yoga becomes, the deeper your breath should be. We want to use the breath to relieve that challenge. 1 more inhale, fill up, and then exhale, drop your knees to the mat, take a child's pose, let that go. You have the option if you wanted to change up your child pose a bit, you can bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart, sit on your heels, and walk your body forward. We're here for about 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. And then exhale. You're just going to sit on top of your heels for a moment. So we're going to move into triangle pose. I recommend having one of your props nearby at the top of your mat. So we're back on the right side. Meeting in a tabletop position first. Tuck your right toes back, rock your body weight forward and backward, get that calf stretch in. And then just as we did earlier, you're gonna bring your right foot up to the top of the mat. Come on up onto your fingertips. Tuck your left toes in, come on off your left knee, and then rotate the left foot flat on the floor. Check for that heel to arch alignment. Block is right near the right foot or your books, foam roller, whatever prop you have. Come up high into the fingertips, belly button in tight. Use your inhale to cartwheel your arms up and open for warrior two again. So in warrior two, we're pressing on the right big toe mound, knee to ankle alignment, left leg is nice and straight. Now, straighten your right leg. That block is right near your foot. You're gonna reach your right fingertips as far forward as you can, and then I want you just to come down to the shin first. Left fingertips reach up. So if it's uncomfortable to put any pressure in your shin, that's what the block is here for. You are never, ever, ever putting pressure in the knee. Please avoid the knee. If you need to, you can use your thigh. You can even press your hand into your thigh. So what your ultimate goal is to have a straight line between your left fingertips and your right fingertips in this nice T shape. Your right leg stays stick straight. You should feel a pretty big side body stretch on the left side and a big stretch on the inside of the right leg. We're here for about 3 more breaths. Remembering to use your breath to relieve some of that tension. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more inhale. Exhale out all the way. Different transition this time. Belly button in tight toward the spine. You're going to take your block with you. Inhale, stand up. We're just going to rotate the feet here. Same stance. So your right foot is going to come flat on the ground. Now you're going to rotate it toward the left. Your left foot is now your front foot. Rotate your toes toward the top of your mat. So left toes are forward. Right toes are on like a little bit of a 45-degree angle. Make sure you have that heel to arch alignment. The block now comes to the big toe edge of your left foot. And then when you're ready, sink down into your warrior 2. So let's check out alignment before we move any further. Big toe edge of the foot is into the ground. Knee to ankle alignment. Right leg now is nice and straight. You're pressing on the pinky toe edge of your foot. Arms are in a T position. You're reaching out through your middle fingernails. Now straighten your left leg. Your left leg is your front leg. Keep that leg stick straight. Reach your left fingertips as far forward as you can. When you cannot get any further, drop your left hand down. Right arm comes all the way up. So here's where we have options. Ideally, in a perfect yoga world, your left hand is actually on the floor, wrapped around your big toe. But we don't live in a perfect yoga world, so that's why we have modifications. If it's not comfortable to have your hand on your shin, you can place it on your knee, on your thigh. Remember, never on the knee. And the block is also here. Use your block. Your ultimate goal is just to try to have your arms in a T shape, stacked on top of one another. So it's a big inner thigh stretch here. It's a little bit of a shoulder opener and a little bit of a side body stretch on the right side. Take 3 more breaths here. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale, fill up. Exhale out all the way. Belly button comes in tight towards your spine. You're going to inhale, rise back up. Wrap your hands around your waist, give it a squeeze. You're going to have a soft little bend in the knees. Step your back foot up to meet your front at the top of your mat. You can move the block out of the way, give it a little bit of a shake, and we're going to make our way back to 1 more downward facing dog. When your next inhale comes, lift all the way up, gaze and palms meet at the top, and then exhale, lower down. Hands press into the shins, flatten out the back. As you exhale, you're going to plant your hands down, bend your knees, walk your right foot back to plank, left foot back to plank. From your plank, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. And of course, if down dog is not for you, take your child's pose. So this is maybe our 4th or 5th downward facing dog in class. Hopefully it's starting to feel a little bit better. Maybe your legs feel a little bit looser. Maybe you can work on pressing your chest back toward your thighs, getting that big upper back stretch. No matter where you are in your down dog, we're here for about 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, drop down to your knees, come to your tabletop position. So we've got 1 more upper back stretch. What you're going to do is you're going to come all the way forward down to your bellies. Arms will come out into a T shape. We're going to start on the right side. So check out your right arm. I'll show you from a different view for the left side, but your right hand and your right shoulder out in your T shape. Your left hand is underneath your shoulder. Your left elbow is bent. Your right leg will be your bottom leg. It's going to stay long. You're going to push yourselves all the way up and over to the right. If this is enough, stay. If you want to intensify the stretch, we're going to add some weight and tension to the right side. So you'll take your left leg, your top leg, bend it, and plant your foot on the other side of your right leg. If you feel like you need more support, keep your left hand down on the mat. If you want to challenge yourselves a little bit more, wrap your left arm around for your lower back. So big external rotation of the right shoulder. If it's too intense, you would just kind of backtrack, bring your left hand back toward the mat. You can even bring your left foot on the other side of your right leg. 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, carefully rolling back. And then getting ready for the other side. I'm going to show you from the other view just so you can get a better idea of what this looks like. So you're on your belly. Left arm comes out into your T shape. So we want the hand and the shoulder, one straight line. Right arm is underneath your shoulder. You're going to push yourselves all the way up and back over to the left now. So my left leg is my bottom leg. It stays long. If this is enough of a stretch, stay. If you want to intensify, take your right foot, plant it behind your left leg. You can stay here, or your last option would be to wrap your right arm around for your lower back. So normally we do this on the wall where we have gravity controlling the intensity, but now you have your body weight controlling the intensity. Last 2 breaths here. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to gently roll back forward to your chest. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Push yourselves up and back. Take one more child's pose. Knees and feet together for this one. Walking your fingertips as far forward as you can. Getting one more lower back stretch. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, walking your hands back towards your knees, and then we're going to make our transition to lie down on our backs. Legs are straight out in front of you. Arms are down by your side. And just allowing yourselves a couple of moments for some stillness. The last pose in yoga is called Shavasana. It literally translates to corpse pose. It is considered one of the more challenging poses because all you are required to do is lie down in complete stillness, empty your minds, and just focus on your breath. So take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Inhale, fill up, feel the lungs expand. And then exhale, feel your belly sink a little bit deeper. Closing your eyes. Separating yourselves from any distractions going on around you, any thoughts or plans, whatever's happening in 5 minutes, you will get there. And your only job for the next few moments is just to breathe to my count. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Take 2 more breaths on your own. Noticing the sense of peace and stillness that you can create for yourselves, and how all it really takes is just to be more mindful of your breath. If you find yourselves in a moment of stress or anxiety, restlessness, anxiousness, take a pause, begin to breathe, and count your breath, and just notice how quickly that will shift. Bring some tiny movements back to your bodies, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Reach your arms up over your head and point your toes away from you, finding a nice long body stretch. And then you'll carefully hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourselves a big squeeze. Gently rock side to side. Taking as much time as you need. When you're ready, you'll roll all the way over to one side. Take a pause. Give yourselves a moment to adjust. And then you'll use your opposite hand to press you up to a comfortable seated position. And you are all done today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dani. It was great.
Dani. Thank you, Dani.